Really appreciate your time on a game day. Find a way to get a game 7, please. Everybody wants to see it.
Yeah, listen, it's a win-win. Either get to go home to my family, it's been a long time, or, more favorably would be really to have a game 7 and have the Oilers pull it off, which would be pretty cool because it's been a long time coming. You also asked how hot. I closed these blinds because I looked like the witness protection program, but there it is.
Yeah.
The sun is out.
All right. Hey, that sunshine hit the Oilers tonight.
Telling your wife you said more favorably.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great night. David Amber.
Thanks for having me on, fellas. Be well. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks, DA.
DA. Getting ready for Puck Drop, 8 p.m. Sportsnet, CBC. So I just want to follow up a little bit on fork in the road tonight. And I'm not, it's not fork in the road that Connor will decide to leave or not sign.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they lose tonight, then there has to be a serious reflection from all of them, including Connor, on where this team moves forward here. Because I'm looking at this lineup right now, and their best winger, Connor's best winger, outside of, when Draisaitl's with him, is Corey Perry. So
Can they fit Marner in?
I get that Hyman's out, but where is this team next year? Where is Kapanen and Kane and Skinner and
All time.
Connor Brown? How close is if Connor doesn't get his cup Saturday night? Where are the Oilers in the next few years? It's nice that David throws out that he's going to get his cup. He's just going to have to wait. Where is the signs that this is outside of 97 and 29 that you've got a great nucleus still moving forward?
I will say there are concerns in that, on the older end are Corey Perry, Evander Kane, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Zach Hyman, Adam Henrique. Those guys are Ekholm, older players, into their 30s. My point is not that they're old. They're not going to get better next year. And they're among their most important guys. So who is stepping in to fill that void among young players? I'm looking at the roster. I got nothing. Trent Frederick could be a little better. Bouchard's a Norris threat, I suppose. But so how can they get better from here if they don't get it this year? Connor's gonna have a night tonight, boys. He is. He's gonna have a night tonight.
So you're calling Connor
I am
winning tonight, and you guaranteeing the win for the Oilers fans?
Mass.
Hey,
Let's go, Mass.
I can't do it.
Go, Mass.
Come on, Mass.
You only do it when you believe it. And I believe Connor's going to have 3 or 4 points.
we only say on this show what we believe.
That's right. Connor's going to have, he's going to be in the mix. He's going to have a great night. I just can't guarantee an Oiler win.
And
He can have
remember,
his-
George
on the
Costanza,
road.
it's not a lie if you believe it.
What it comes down to is, it's not Connor can have 4 points. They need to get a couple saves in the first period because
I love that. That's all it is. It's a dumb sport. Just
they're going to
stop
come. They are going to be flying. The Panthers are going to come out hot. They're going to have to survive the first 10-minute classic playoff game, and you're going to need 2 or 3 really good saves from Stu Skinner.
And if you don't,
You're done.
and they lose, hey, Connor, you're eligible to sign July 1st. We're going to give you $18 million for the next 8 years. And Connor turns around and goes, great, who's my goalie? Who am I going to win a Stanley Cup with? And it's like, yeah,
not gonna be
we're working on that. We're working on that.
Great observation.
Yeah, here's one thing I'm fairly confident. Connor's not just going to go to UFA and leave. I feel like that this will have to be.
He's not going to go to UFA and
No.
leave. He's going to pull a Matthew Tkachuk and say, I'm not signing.
I'm
Trade
saying
me.
if he's not.
Oh my God.
No, I'm saying it's.
No, that's the only way
This is going to.
he changes teams if he wants to change teams.
If they lose, I think he definitely goes into the next season, to his last season of his contract, saying, let's see what we are. Let's see what we're doing around me.
Oh, the old John Tavares, Mitch Marner.
Well, I think it's fair to see, are we good? Are we long-term? Do I like the direction?
Please,
Buddy, there's
God,
no one's sleeping in Edmonton right now or moving forward if that ever happens.
I mean, they made his longtime agent the president of the team. I feel like they have
He just
to.
wants to win. He doesn't care.
I mean,
he wants to
it's-
win. He wants to
I would
You,
be
you've seen him when he doesn't win.
I'd be
We've seen it. It went
flabbergasted.
viral.
flabbergasted.
I'm not at all saying.
What are you saying, Justin?
I'm saying that he. Here's the question:
Uh-huh.
Is
I don't
it
think-
like
he
LeBron
can't do
James?
that. He cannot do that.
Is it like LeBron James, where he owes Edmonton a cup, and if he then gets it, he maybe feels like he can go.
I
Wait,
think it's way
he had
more
to with
likely.
Cleveland.
I think it's way more likely he stays forever if they win this year.
Yeah.
I think if they lose this year, like Kipper said, he
don't
starts
look good
looking
next
around, and it's just
He needs
He's
his
slaying.
Stanley Cup,
bad.
and he needs it on the Oilers.
He needs it
or
Friday night.
anyone else.
You know what the other thing is? Where can you find? How many teams can you go to and have a top 5 player in the world on your team in like Leon? Like they have the fundamental building.
It's not
blocks.
enough. Two cracks
They might
at
win.
having
They
two of the
gotta win
best.
2 games
They're
and they'll
two
win.
of the best players in the world, and up until tonight, it hasn't made the difference. It hasn't.
This team is not done. Now I feel. Like
I'm
they're
not
gonna
saying
win the
that
cup.
they're done, but I'm also saying that going into tonight, we see a significant difference between teams on the depth chart. Outside of your 2 players that have world-class talent, there are question marks in that. There's question marks on the blue line, and there's question marks in the depth right now of the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, if you're Connor McDavid and you want to be regarded as the best player in the history of the game, you cannot hold that title without winning a Stanley Cup. And he knows it.
Yeah, I get it. That there's real stakes in that regard.
That's the fork that moves forward with a loss tonight.
It's just risky to try to go somewhere else when you're just betting on another team being good when they've been good. They're right here knocking on the door again. Is he suddenly going to think they got no shot? I doubt it.
One thing you were talking about with DA, with how the Panthers have 3 really high-profile unrestricted free agents, and you kind of compared it to the Leafs. If that was like the Leafs, Kipper, I would be so mad at you that if the Leafs were heading to coming back to Scotiabank Arena with a chance to win the Stanley Cup, you're like, but those UFAs, they're like,
I know, but-
shut up!
Yeah.
I don't care about the UFAs.
Yeah.
Like, let me win this now.
Yeah. That's a
I would be
very
so
Toronto
mad at
media
you.
angle for us.
But Florida's already had a cup.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. Maybe then he would start doing it, but I thought that was funny. But you're right. Like, it just doesn't. I feel like if they win tonight, Thursday afternoon, we get the 8x8 Bennett in Florida. Like, it just feels like it's, he's going to sign it.
I don't know.
At
Yeah.
the elbow room, and he's like, after
They'd have to
6
go
months.
8x8,
Oh God, yeah. At
right?
least, yeah.
You're not going to lose them because you didn't want to go 8x8.
No, they would do 8, but God, I hope so.
8x8. Like, that is the way
Yeah,
he's.
I get the sense that they have not tipped their hand on him. I think,
Really?
from what I hear, they haven't gone even up to 8 on
Really?
their on,
Well, then
on
what
an
are you
offer.
talking 12-5 on our show for?
That's what the Leafs would have to, not Florida.
Okay.
The Leafs.
So, what do you think the number is? You think 8x8 gets it done for them in Florida with him in
I
Florida?
think so. Yeah.
What did they pay Reinhardt? They paid him nothing,
8.5?
right? Wasn't
8.5?
8.625 says Derek.
8.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're
I don't
Bennett,
know.
you're probably
I
like,
don't think they want to pay him as much as Reinhardt.
I mean, he's not as good as Reinhardt. Reinhardt's probably a better player. But right now, that's a
Yeah,
hard
I don't
argument.
think so.
But if I'm the agent, I'm like, are you sure about that? Like, my guy's just scoring the most playoff road goals in the history of the league, and Conn Smythe favorite.
The only thing with Bennett is like he hasn't made a huge sum of money and isn't poised to make a huge sum after this. There would be some incentive to get that
I don't know.
bag.
Yeah.
as
I
the
think
kids
teams would
say.
be reluctant to.
5 years.
I think other teams would be very hesitant to give him $10 million a year. I don't think he can get there.
I wouldn't. Sign me up. I'm watching him belong in these games.
Yeah.
Especially
How
in
about
Toronto.
the Leafs sign Frederick after the season, Jeannot and Bennett? Just get weird.
Yeah. So, anyways,
All right.
game time?
Game time.
It's game time presented by Bet365.